Go ahead.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the DataFist podcast, where we wrap up the weekly things that's happened within our community, mainly video games. I'm here with my very best boss in the world,
Jeffrey the Magic Fox Clark. Slightly creepy, but I enjoy it.
I'm Heat Cutter, guys. Now, the very first thing that I really want to get into that's pretty important according to the community is that PlayStation's doing an event in New York City. And so because of this event, they just believe that they're going to announce things about the Neo.
What's the event called?
PlayStation.
Is this called PlayStation?
Yeah.
Are they doing that Apple shit? Welcome to Apple. And then
That's what I'm guessing.
back when Steve Jobs was alive and just being just the weirdest dude ever, just like, welcome to Apple. The new iRack. You can put all your stuff on it.
I would be so confused for so many things. But yeah, I mean, PlayStation didn't even say, hey, we will say it. They're just going, oh, because it's a PlayStation event itself. They're just like, hey, it might happen. What do you think about speculation like this with nothing to back it up?
There's nothing I can really say about it. It happens all the time. When people
Right.
when people see a new game or they're really excited about, or a new event they're really excited about, there's always like 100 speculation videos. There's nothing I can really do about it. And what really sucks is I was doing some, market research to see what's best for us to do, and one of the things people like is speculation. So it's like, if the fans want it, the fans will get it, so they'll speculate.
Right.
About the event itself, I'm not really 100% sure. What does seem to happen is throughout the convention season for video games, people like to unveil bits and pieces of stuff at a time.
Right.
So if PlayStation does announce its 4.5 or whatever they're calling it now, we'll only either get its like legitimate specs, a tech demo, or we'll see a picture of what it is. They're not going to fully go, here's the PS 4.5, because one, there's still a few cons that are going to happen that are coming out. And two, like, it doesn't seem like a very good idea. Just because they know right now, according to what we've read about in the past few months, they still don't know where it's going. So to reveal it would make no sense.
Right.
It's like, here's a 4.5, but we don't know what we're going to sell you by the time that time comes. Because if we're following the way that games have been releasing recently, I'm going to assume that the Xbox is going to come out first next year during the summer. And the PlayStation is going to come out either that late winter or like right before summer, somewhere in that weird time period, that time window right there, so they can keep up with Xbox, if not that 2018 holiday season, because that's usually how it works. Some console comes out first, some console is either right behind it or way later. Right. So I would expect them to have a year difference in the starting cycle.
Who do you think is going to release first?
Xbox, just because Xbox is released first, like each
Almost
and every time. Yeah. And that's how Microsoft is. They wanna beat Sony in their release date, because Sony smashes in sales each time. Right. Except with the one exception of the original Xbox, where they kept up with PlayStation for quite some time.
No, yeah, that was a very great system. I loved it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Actually.
So
that was a very good system.
Then they realized, once they saw PlayStation's library increase during PlayStation 2's third life cycle, and they got shitted on because they had a better library than they're like, okay, we're gonna release the Xbox 360 early, and they did, and they got all their money before PS3 came out, and once again during year 2 or 3 of PS3's life cycle, just dominated the Xbox once again due to library. So that, I think they're gonna release first to try to make their money before they get knocked out by PlayStation again, because that seems to happen every time.
Well, I think because, remember, PlayStation had the PS1, but that was the first Xbox, right? So, I mean, at that time, PlayStation did already have a set.
PS1 wasn't competing with Xbox back then.
No, I'm
PS1
saying
was competing with Dreamcast.
No, I'm saying because they had a PS1, consumers already had an idea of what was to come. And Xbox, it was its first one. But that's good, like you said. True. They still kept up,
Xbox is like, to me, Xbox is like Mike Tyson. Like, it'll bite off your ear, but you can still lose that fight.
Right.
Like you're gonna take a hit because Xbox knows what they're doing, and everyone
Mhm.
trusts the Microsoft system because of like computers.
Yeah. Right.
So and they usually bop people early because, like I said, they come out first and they have a decent start lineup. But then PlayStation's like, I'm here. Like PlayStation is like Eminem. He's gonna come out later, but he's gonna wreck your entire crew. I don't care who you are, Drake, Tupac, Biggie, whatever. Eminem's gonna rock you, even if his EP comes out 2 years later than
Right.
yours. He's gonna dominate you.
That's pretty much what's happening now. I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything from him in a while besides the last
Well,
thing
he
was
came
Rap
out
God,
on
right?
he came out on the last thing he did that I know of. He came out on stage with Drake because Drake knew he didn't want that fire.
No, I mean album-wise.
Album-wise?
It was Rap God, right?
I think it was Rap God, unless he came out with a mixtape I don't know about.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to that, what do you think Nintendo's spot would be?
Nintendo, like I told you a few podcasts ago, it's Nintendo doesn't care. They don't need to care. They're never gonna care. Nintendo could do what the fuck they want because they know their audience really well, and they know their audience doesn't care about the battle. They only care that one, they get a console, and two, they get the games they want, which are usually the same old games with new concepts. So, like I said, the only thing they care about is that they get to play these few franchises: Mario, Zelda, Fire Emblem, maybe a new RPG once in a while, and then some new IP that usually relates to Mario, Star Fox,
Sonic.
or Zelda, or something like that. They don't give a shit about Sonic. Sonic showed up in the
Yeah.
Olympic Games, and they were like, "Oh, Sonic! All right, get the fuck out of here!" Like, they don't care. They really don't care. So Nintendo, like I said, it's its own thing. They just kind of sit there, do their thing, and they watch these two big people fight it out.
Even though they're probably, like we said last time too, probably just eating dinner together every day.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. Like, it's kind of like they're gonna fight, but they're gonna hang out anyway. It's like the WWE. Like, you can see The Rock fucking Stone Cold Stun Steve Austin, but like when they're done wrestling, they're gonna go to dinner together or something, hang out, watch
Like,
television
hey, dude,
together.
Remember when you body slammed me? That was some good shit.
Yeah,
right there. That was great.
They hang out. That's kind of what they do. It's like Zeus and Hades. They hang out. They're brothers.
I mean, complete opposites, but they're brothers.
They're straight up brothers. They're gonna still do shit together.
Oh gosh. Now moving on to the game side of everything else. Now, everybody loves Fallout 4. I've been playing the dog crap out of that.
I actually stopped for a while. I got tired of shooting games. I have way too many games with guns in them, so I just kind of.
Understandable.
I'm kinda like-
I'm not
yeah.
even mad at that, to be honest.
Like, my entire library of AAA games is got some kind of projectile in it. I'm just like, man, this is ridiculous. It needs to stop. And the only reason I think I'm overloading is because one, I'm super frustrated that I can't get that one Zarya skin, just one, from the summer pull, which is getting on my absolute nerves. And two, like every time I was like, I want to play this game, there's a freaking gun in it, so I'm kind of disappointed.
So, in regards to the whole Nuka World thing, it's been, Bethesda said, the 30th of August.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to. I'm gonna play it. It's just I'm probably gonna be really slow playing it because I did play the Far Harbor DLC.
Yeah.
It's a good DLC. I just don't like it because to me it's an extension of the mainland. In my opinion, it's dark, it's dank, and it's kind of more of the same shit in terms of like its tone. Everything will kill you. Awesome. I mean, I might as well just go back to the mainland. Like.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Nuka World takes a really different approach. Their trailer makes me believe that they're trying to take a different approach where it's like, this is a fun land, but there's deadly things everywhere. That's interesting to me because it's like, I can literally hang out on a playground and have fun, but there's still that kind of like, really Guillermo del Toro twist to it where it's like everything there is naturally twisted. Like you go into a fun house, but it's filled with actual ferals. I mean, like, that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at this place is actually pretty well made. Oh, and shoot this nigga in the face. Like, this is what you wish you could do at a theme park. Shoot everybody in it. So I do want to play that and see if they do take a satirical approach to it. Because, like, the Think Tank DLC for Vegas was so much fun. Not only because some of the voice actors from Venture Brothers was in it, but the story was absurd. It made a lot of sense, and it was so stupid. We took your brain. What? Why would you do that? So yeah, I hope they do that with this DLC. I hope they make it as far out there and stupid as possible.
Well, there's a really big snake in it, so
that's just to me. That's just another giant boss thing that they do.
No,
I'm talking about story. Like if they say, like the Ferris wheel has, fucking Deathclaw eggs in it because the Deathclaws like to, roulette them to see which one will live and or whatever, and they gain a super, some stupid, like, whichever Deathclaw egg comes out like a Power Ranger or something. I want it to be really absurd.
So you're very excited for the new enemies.
I don't know.
There's a lot of new ones.
I don't know about the new enemies, and I'm gonna keep myself in the dark about that, just because like the trailers I've seen have been good, and I don't like I hate that developer diary shit where they just tell you everything about the game before you buy it. So I'm kind of just sitting back and I'm just gonna let it come out. It's like 2 weeks, whatever. I'm gonna relax and enjoy the fact that it's coming out, and that's it. And I'm like I said, I need to detox from guns before it comes out, or I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna be like, oh, the DLC's here. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to playing Warriors of Orochi 3 because all I gotta do is cut niggas up. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
And for those you don't know, that's a Dynasty.
Oh yeah, Warriors of Orochi 3 is a Dynasty Warrior. It's a W Force game. Dynasty Warriors meets I forgot what the Japanese version of the W Force game is. It's extremely good because it's just killing people. There's way too many characters. So much fun. I'm one of those guys who's like, I'm only gonna play the women, but I've found a few dudes that are just like, fuck yeah, like. So the game's pretty fun.
My first Dynasty Wars was for the Wii.
That's weird.
Yeah, and
That's very weird.
The very generic one, the one with the dude in the red and he holds his.
I've been playing Dynasty Warriors since PS2. Like that game is so good.
Apparently, there's a dude in like freaking Mega Man armor too.
Oh, that is fuck. That's not Dynasty Wars. That's Sengoku Basara. That's
what I was playing.
Yeah, Sengoku Basara is a game that everyone should know about. It's like it's kind of like a W Force game, but it's made by Capcom, so it's prettier and the gameplay is tighter. I'm gonna play that in a few hours. That's because all of my good games are on my PS3. But yeah, his name is Tokugawa Ieyasu is his boss, but he's Tatsukata Honda, and he's in this just huge armor and has this friggin' drill that spins and does thunder, and he does a absolute shitload of damage. Oh, I love that game so much.
So hilarious. Oh god. Next.
Their specials are so stupid. I love them.
So the next thing is that this actually had a lot of reviewers talking. When I say reviewers, I don't mean like IGN and things. I mean just really. I don't want to say really, but
YouTube people.
Yeah,
just say YouTube people.
YouTube people that are popular-ish.
YouTube people.
And so the first thing is, the producer for Final Fantasy 15.
Oh
so,
yeah,
he literally made a video.
I can't find anything wrong with what he did. I really can't. Like I searched because I'm a guy who's like, let me get the full story before I say anything, especially something about this nature. Like they did a good job. They did it gracefully. It wasn't for me in the back of my brain. I knew this game wasn't coming out in September, and that's just because I know the industry very well, and I once I saw that date at Final Fantasy, the event that they had, I was like, that's not going to be the date. I'm going to be excited for it, but that's not the date.
Right.
Because one, the tech demo they showed, which is them fighting the giant, felt really unpolished. Like, I know Final Fantasy, they like to be over the top about everything, and that was a simple ass fight. Cut his hand, parry. That's not the fuck. I knew it. My left ball knew that wasn't the game. So first off, they were very graceful about it, and they were just like, look, the game's delayed because it's not quite there yet. I mean, they gave a reason. Most people go, game's delayed, see you in like next year, bitch. And then you just got to sit on your ass and wait for the game to come out. Like even my favorite game that I can't wait to play that's coming out this month did that. Deus Ex Human Revolution, No Mankind Divided was supposed to release way last year, and they're like, no, they're supposed to release in February, and they're like, yeah, we delayed it. Why? And so the fact that the people at Final Fantasy gave us a reason, they're like, yeah, we want it to be as perfect as possible. This game's been 10 years in the making. We just want to make sure it's there, and it's finished, and that's good. They did that, and then he released a video. The producer released a video. Yeah. It was kind-hearted, very Japanese. Where it's just like we're sorry. And he gave good reasons. And then they made an even smarter release, which is giving us an hour of gameplay to kind of just like coddle over for the next, 2 months. The only thing that sucks about the game, the only thing I hate about the game is the drastic changes that it took from its 2012 initial, video release to now. Versus. Yeah, like first off, in the first couple of trailers, you could play as everybody. You can't do that. According to what I've seen, you can't do that. You can't play as Prompto, you can't play as Gladio, and you can't play as Ignis, which sucked because I was really looking forward to playing as Prompto and shooting shit for half an hour. I really was. So I hope that they do that. What it looks like they're doing is that Noctis can buy every weapon. So if he can get a gun, then I'll chill out. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just want a gun, and I would like to play as Gladio and shit. But they've made up for it in a lot of areas that I wish video games would do by doing simple shit like here's some costumes you can buy and customize your car. And I'm like, thank you, because simple customization in the game can make it so much more personal and feel really great. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Devil May Cry. Not because it was just a fucking baller ass game, but I could change Dante's attire when I fucking felt like it. So they're adding a lot of small stuff that most developers don't even try to do anymore.
I know. I feel like, but the thing is, with Final Fantasy, what was it? Was Lightning like the most? Yeah, the Lightning's pretty much the most popular right now, and pretty much I feel like they used Lightning as that stepping stone for dressing people up.
Nah, it was actually 10-2. Like Final Fantasy has been extremely strict about their characters' dress codes since like I want to say Final Fantasy 3.
No, I mean customization themselves. Like Weekend.
Yeah, 10-2.
I've played 10, but 10-2 I haven't played 10-2.
10-2 was the Sailor Moon of of Final Fantasy games. Just fighting niggas by moonlight. They transformed every dress sphere had a transformation and detransformation cutscene. They all had a bunch of different attacks and buffs and shit, and you can decide which ones you got first and which ones you got last. And even though each girl had the same goddamn sphere, they each had different outfits. I was losing my goddamn mind when that game was like, hey, would you like an HD remaster? I was like, yeah, nigga, let's do this. And then they added 3 costumes that didn't come to America. They have a psychic costume that makes them look like they all look like Elvis impersonators. It is so fucking cool. So Lightning Returns brought back what 10-2 did, because I'm glad they did. I just don't like Lightning. So I'm looking forward to that people going, yes, keep this. So if in future games we can do character customization. I'm also looking forward to a game with all women again, or at least like the usual, Tales of thing where they have half females and half males, and hopefully, the females aren't totally one-sided. Because the last game I played where it was half females, half males in Final Fantasy was 12, and the only one that was worth like shaking a leg at was Fran.
Pretty much. I liked Ash a lot.
I thought Ash was a decent character, but for me, she was very one-dimensional. I'm the queen, and you must treat me like a queen, even though I can't prove I'm a queen. And she was kind of a flaming bee all the time. Even though Balthier was nice to her, he was just like, I'll protect you because that's my job. She's like, you're a heretic. I've already proven I didn't kill him. What is wrong with you?
We spoke to the guy that literally killed him.
Yes, he looks exactly not like me. Do you get how this works, lady?
Oh, God.
That poor girl. Fran is just this kind of creepy but beautiful lady. The mist is thick here. What are you talking about, you alien? I love you so much.
I liked her leader. Friend's leader of the village. She was so sexy. Oh, my God.
Fap isn't the word for what that lady was. That lady came out like a goddamn queen, pretty much called Fran a bitch and told her to leave the forest. It's like, you fucking left the forest, but I can still hear the forest. Whatever, bitch, get out of our forest. What do you want? We're here to save the world. That's not really a noble cause, Fran. We've been alive for thousands of years. We're like the cockroaches of this universe, except we're really pretty.
Pretty cockroaches.
I kind of want to overdub that scene with like the black people do. Oh, Jesus. That tribe was a very good tribe. Bring back that tribe of that race. The
Vieira?
The Vieira have only been in 2 games. And
they have?
Yeah, they've been in several games. Actually, probably more because of the off-series games. I've seen a few
the off-series. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a few bunny people. They're actually, no, more. Because they show up kind of in 12, 14. They show up in 11, I think. So, yeah, they've been in a few games, but I want to see more of the Vieira. I want them to be like a staple race because they're amazing.
They are. Guys, to add on top of the Final Fantasy, because I mentioned the YouTube, so I'm going to address that really quickly so I won't leave that blank space right there. So pretty much everybody is saying that why isn't it that, you know, he not even just here, but just the gaming industry as a whole, why don't they do more things pretty much what Square Enix did with Final Fantasy? You know, if you literally talk to your community and say, hey, this or whatever the problem may be,
Mm-hmm.
or even if you delay something like they did, they sit down and they literally inform everybody, or it ends up like you said, they just go, oh, it's delayed.
Oh yeah, that always goes back to what it's always gonna go back. Like everything I say is gonna come back to the same points, and people are gonna hopefully in like 10 years will eventually get it. It comes back down to business, audience, or a misnomer, which is like something that's cultural. So this is cultural
Yeah, this is
and
cultural.
audience. Like
Yeah.
Japan spends a lot of money on games. Like if I had one Japanese kid's game budget for like a 10-year period, I could buy a house, a car, another house, and probably like I don't know.
Korea is worse too.
Yeah.
Like oh my god.
So you can't tell a Japanese audience, hey, game's late, see you later. Especially since half of those kids are hackers.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
True.
you want to tell them exactly what's going on and why, and that's because that's just how, culturally Japan has done their business. It's like, okay, we're gonna delay this game. Here's why. And if you want it faster, I've seen this is just from what I've seen. If you want it faster, give us a little bit of money and we can hire a few engineers. Like I've seen that a few times where a game is like indie games though, where they're like, hey, we've got this little problem. If you want to help, here, just toss us some money. We'll hire another engineer, and bam, here's the game. I think that's how Hyperdimension Neptunia has survived. Like they've had like mad issues trying to finish one game because they're so goddamn long,
Right.
and there's like 90 of them. I work for the company that produces their games. Every time I see a new Hyperdimension Neptunia game and they're like, review this, I'm like, oh, this shit is so long. But like, and the only time I've seen it delayed is once, but it was delayed by like a week because they hired an engineer to fix all of like the dialogue issues they were having. So he's just like, yeah, all right. And here's the game. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, but it's definitely cultural. In America, you can kind of, like I said to China in a few episodes ago, yeah, nerds are pushovers. Like you say a game's delayed, we're gonna sit on our asses and just wait for it to release. That's even I did that for Mankind Divided, but I knew why. But that's just because I know what's going on. But most nerds don't. Like I knew Mankind Divided wasn't done because they were fighting for the same reason that they fought with Human Revolution. The end got cut short because they didn't have time. So they were focusing on getting the story fleshed out because those writers are like masterminds at writing a story. So the fact that they fought to get the extra time to finish the story is something that I'm okay with.
Right. I mean, the thing is that one of the main points that they were trying to get across is that when everybody, not everybody, but you know, when something happens, it makes the community healthier as a whole by communication. And so the thing is that a lot of the popular YouTubers, they're saying, you know, we need more of this because you don't keep us in the dark. You won't get just random rumors, you know, because that's how rumors start when nobody's informed. So I mean, you have to kill time somehow. And so
see, that's a problem. They think that they can do whatever the fuck they want with no information. That's part of the problem with our community is we're entitled assholes. Like I've never seen, it's rarely that I'll see someone gallant enough to go, oh, I don't know. I mean, it's okay to not know.
Right.
I'm okay with a journalist going, well, every blue moon, I just don't know. I mean, and that's because there's like literally no information. Like I'm not going to talk on a subject that I don't know about. I do it very often. Somebody asked me recently what I thought about No Man's Sky specs. I don't know what they are, so I can't really tell you why anything is happening. I have basic coding knowledge and advanced coding knowledge for games, so I can tell you how they can fix it, but I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it initially. So, you know, sometimes people just should shut the fuck up. But like, we don't have journalists that know how to do that. Or like I said, some people work at big companies and they're forced to make a video every fucking day. They have no information on what they're making, so they just kind of fucking sit on their hands and go, well, might as well talk shit for 15 minutes and put it on the internet. And they have so many of those drone fans, the good fans, or the drone fans that'll watch it no matter what the fuck it is. And those fans are usually like, they don't really care. They just listen to the propaganda and then make their own propaganda based off of that. That's why you get the YouTubers that'll watch like a big channel, take what they want, put it on their channel, and then it's like it's secondary journalism, which isn't very good, especially if they don't have firsthand journalism experience.
Right.
So it's kind of shitty, and no one learns from that. Like every time I see Japanese or European, like, you know, journalists, big or small, they're kind of like, look, this is what I know, and then I'm gonna speculate what I kind of hope for and then in Japan it's like, this is what I know, and then some weird comedic shit in Japanese, and then they're done.
Sounds like a lot of YouTubers actually that do that
Well,
nowadays.
Those are the only ones I've been really seeing. I don't really watch many Americans anymore, just because, like I said, I just still have the problem of you're either boring or wrong, and it gets on my nerves.
I've seen lots of wrong lately.
I've seen lots of boring, so I don't know how wrong they are, but I'm pretty sure it's goddamn wrong.
Oh my god! Don't even get me. I've seen. Oh my gosh. Anyway, for the next topic, actually, it's a small, quick update on the whole Black Desert Online situation. There is this streamer for Black Desert Online. Actually, there was two streamers. One of them, he made a YouTube video. He was like, I don't even have a YouTube channel, guys. But, you know, he was like, this is my last week. And I'm going to get into why. Because Black Desert Online, which is under Kakao, which is the Korean messenger app, by the way, guys.
What? It's made by a messenger app? That's pretty cool.
Well, they're the ones publishing it.
Oh, okay.
The actual development is...
Okay, I was about to say, that's a big leap.
But he was like, this is going to be my last week of this game, guys. That this new agreement system and the whole new system that they just came out with, it's just ridiculous. And on Reddit, the other streamer... that his name is Gorando. The first streamer, he didn't put his actual stream name on the YouTube, but the Gorando guy on Reddit, he posted in the actual Black Desert Online forum itself, and he was like, this is how the community feels. I've talked with literally every single popular Black Desert Online streamer, and we all came to a consensus of this is how we feel. Black Desert Online saw it, read it, deleted it, and then banned him.
Okay.
And the thing is that it was actually very, very civil. He was just like, you guys said this, but this happened. We just want to know what happened. Again, they weren't blaming them. They were just saying, we just want answers. That was the whole letter. Hey, we want answers. It's just that a lot of us already put a lot of time. Some of us bought the pre-order where if you buy it at that time, you got to play the beta, and then the beta carried over your initial stats and everything when a game actually released on PC and everything. And then pretty much Black Desert read it, and then they said, no, you were spamming. It wasn't like slander or anything. They just said, no, you're spamming, when that was his first post. And so from this, the community, they all deleted their accounts from the actual forum now as well. So now they just literally lost almost 20,000 people on their forum as well. So, I mean, I think that's a great step up as well, because now everybody's just completely dropping the game.
Well, they still have a fan base until I
no,
hear,
yeah, of course. I'm just saying, but like now,
until I hear like Black Desert Online only has like 5 players left, then I'll care. Like right now, I get it. It's a great move, but like I said, we've reached this point before where people are just like, people flooded away from DC Online for some reason, and then they still got millions of players. So, it's a great move, and it won't really mean much until we get a reaction from the BDO people. So I'm waiting for the reaction from the BDO people, and if it's just to continue on their war path, and then whatever's happening kind of doesn't matter. I mean, like, it's a great effort, and I'm not like trying to down anybody. It's a great effort. Just it's what I've been saying forever. Just leave the fucking game. But
we've been saying that since the very first podcast.
But while I do see that as great, the reality of the situation is they want to play the game, and nothing's gonna happen until BDO goes, well, fuck, I guess we got to change the game or shut down, which sucks for everybody. So, if I were them, I'd make everybody leave the game. Just stop cold turkey for like a month, and BDO will lose so much fucking money. They will either shut down or have to create a callback initiative, which means they have to like literally overhaul their game over the course of that declining month, and then email everybody who bought the game and tell them, this is what we're doing to get you back, blah blah blah, like mobile games do. Oh, sorry, we had to do maintenance. Here's a free ass character. Which happens a lot.
A lot. Final Fantasy actually just did that too. So specifically the changes I was referring to that the game did, they actually added a subscription service.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
no, it's fair, but again, actually it's not fair. They paid for the game.
No, okay. Based on how the games have been working and how BDO seems to work, a subscription service was not that bad because Final Fantasy 14 does that.
Yeah.
It's like you bought the game here, you can play it. But if you pay us monthly, so we can be we have longevity, we'll give you some decent stuff every like couple weeks or whatever. Nothing too OP, but some decent stuff to keep you going, so you don't get bopped every time you go out into the friggin' wasteland. So I'm totally okay with a subscription service as long as it's voluntary.
Well, again, as I said last time in the previous podcast, they said none of this was gonna happen. That was why people bought it.
Well, yeah,
they didn't have to deal with all of that.
Then that means that if they said they're not gonna do it and no one's interested in it, then don't fucking buy it and just stop playing the game. It's really that simple for this entire topic. It always will come back to just stop playing the game. There's no real like alternative strategy I can really say that will help anyone. Like
Right.
it's you have to stop playing the game. If you have a drinking problem, you go get help and you stop drinking. If you keep drinking, you're still gonna face the same issues you were having when you were drinking.
Right.
So you got to stop playing the game. Or the BDO people are going to go, well, they're complaining, but they're still giving us their money and their time. And we can still, if they're not giving us their money, then we'll go, hey, some other company in Japan and go, look, we still get 80,000 players, sponsor us for something. Give us some money and we'll fucking product placement in the game. And that I've seen that shit happen. So, they're going to get their money even if you decide not to pay them somewhere else. So you got to stop playing. That's literally the only solution, business-wise, social-wise, and in just gaming community-wise. Just stop playing.
Actually, I just remembered. Xbox. I believe the guy's name is Sean, who's
Their marketing director?
Yeah.
The dude with the huge beard? Yeah, I like that guy.
He pretty much said on, I believe, if it wasn't Polygon,
Mhm.
it was Eurogamer. He pretty much said after Scorpio, he was like, we don't know what we're going to do.
No, that's not what he said. He says he wants this console to be the last one. He thinks that this console is going to be so friggin' powerful and customizable that there will be no consoles after that. And, like, once again, I had to go through, like, 1,000 articles saying this dumb shit that Xbox would be the last, like, generation. No, that's not what he said. He said he wants this to be the last generation. He thinks that this console is so powerful that there will be no other consoles in the future because you can either upgrade or add shit onto this console and everything will connect with everything, like some Skynet shit. So there will be nothing after, this new Xbox. So that's what he's hoping and saying that will happen. I do not agree because technology will always advance itself in some way, shape, or form. But I do think if they did put as much processing power and energy as they said they put into it, it could be one that lasts a very long time, maybe past this 4 to 7 year gaming cycle. But I do not think that it will be like the end all be all of consoles because eventually virtual reality will come and Xbox is not going to be like, well, you can just plug it into the machine and you can fucking fight monsters. I seriously doubt that it'll be able to handle that.
Well, the thing is that most of the people, they're saying that was like a metaphor.
Oh, that's all. Come on, really?
Yeah.
For what?
That they're like what they feel that he was saying metaphorically because it's his job to make sure that Xbox always sounds great.
When has anyone ever been poetic in the world of gaming marketing? No one. We're stealing movie type things to sell games. 10 out of 10. This game's breathtaking, riveting, kinda gay, but I still play it. 5 stars. We've never done that before. No one in this industry right now is fucking poetic except for Kojima. That's the only nigga in the industry who's ever been poetic about anything. He's not being poetic. He's being very literal. He wants this Xbox to be the last console in existence. Yeah, it sounds poetic because it's totally fucking absurd. It will be the last console. He sounds like fucking Steve Jobs.
Right.
Buy the iRack. You can put all your stuff on it. Like, what the fuck, man? This is not going to be the last console. You and I know it's not going to be the last console. You just need an Epic Ring to sell a device that's going to cost a shitload and is going to come out before the Xbox One cycle hasn't ended because you put so much goddamn money into making it, you need to sell it or you're going to fucking lose a shitload of money, especially since you already lost a shitload of money off Windows 10 because nobody wants it.
Nobody likes Windows.
So there's a bunch of issues going into this. Like, yeah, you're going to give it until 2017 to keep processing and seeing what you can do with it. But I honestly do not believe that that'll be the last console. You know why? Because PC stomps out both consoles every year. It's like, here's the PS4. Well, here's the 7X, 20X, GSPS nigga super light up computer that will literally slap its dick on your PS4 and run at 100 billion frames per second. So smooth that you will go into a coma and dream the game, nigga. Like, consoles rock. Consoles get rocked by PC every year. You can't say some dumb shit like that. PC is a fucking console, by the way. So it's not going to be the end all be all. And no one in marketing or in the gaming industry is poetic in any way, shape, or form, especially when they're talking about how dope whatever their product is.
Right.
Like I said, we steal the way movies sell themselves. We're not cool. We're fucking copycats. Back in the 90s, yeah, we were cool because we had the stupidest fucking commercials ever. Remember the first Pokemon commercial? That shit was creepy but amazing. There's this bus driver with like a shitload of Pokemon on a bus. And then he takes it to a masher. Mashes that bus together with all the Pokemon in it. And when the masher comes apart, it's a fucking Game Boy with red in it.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting versus these stupid-ass trailers of fucking... I'm disappointed in The Witcher because they're usually more, poetic about their stuff. Their trailers were great, but their TV trailer was stupid. This game is riveting. IGN says this game will make you cum in your pants. I'm like, guys, just use your fucking trailers. The Killing Monster trailer was the best thing I have ever seen in trailer history.
Right.
And they should have just used that on television. And that would have gotten people who like movies interested in the game because that trailer was basically a movie and it was poetic. So like just to narrow it down, no one is poetic. And the things that we were doing before we started copying films were better. So what he's saying is very literal. He really thinks that this will be the last console. But like I said, PC stomp out consoles, so that's not what's going to happen. Ever. Never. It's never going to happen. And especially since the basis for video games are made on PCs, so it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That is very true. You realize you make games on a computer, right?
So, yeah, I mean, I get his enthusiasm. I really do, but that's not how it's going to go. Ever. Even the PS4 people are like, yeah, 4.5, it's got teraflops. It's for the developers, but we know the developers are going to come to us one day and say some absurd ass shit like, I'd like our game to have holograms come out of the actual PS4 while people are playing it. They're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, well, let's make it, I guess.
You think PS4 can do it?
Do what? Holograms?
No, the same thing that Xbox is doing.
What do you think? That's what the whole, that was pretty much the crux of E3 was like, you were hearing dumb words like, they're dumb, but anyone with a computer brain knows them. I know them. Teraflops. Like, okay, I know what you're trying to do, and I know what Xbox is trying to do. So, of course it can. And like I said, the difference between Xbox and PS4 right now in terms of what they're talking about is PS4 is built for the developers, and Xbox is built to sword fight with PlayStation. So, like I said, they both have great technologies. Who's going to use it better? And as far as I've seen, it's always been PS4, at least trying to use the technology better. So actually, no, let me be clear. Xbox uses their technology better in the form of multimedia, while PS4 uses their technology better in the form of video games. Like, the video games will always be more involved with all the technologies of the PS4, while an Xbox will have integrated features throughout the gameplay. Like I said, PS4 is going to look gorgeous, play gorgeous. It's always going to be smooth, while Xbox, it's just going to be like, you can play a game, but oh shit, at the same time I can watch television, or oh shit, I could be surfing the web over here. This is multimedia tag shit. Those are the two differences, really. Like, PS4 focuses while, Xbox scatters.
Well, it is from Windows, so it's completely.
Still, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all how they wanted those consoles to run. You know what I mean?
Do you think there should be a new console now?
No, fucking no. I've said that before. No, none of them have lived out their life cycles. Like,
no.
PS4's fucking UI GUI is still fucking disgusting. They're trying to fix it in an update, but the update makes it look the same. So it's not gonna you get folders. Fucker, you could have did that the first time the game released.
Right.
It's not that hard.
No, I mean a whole new system, as in not from the main three, just like
another like a new challenger approaches. No, I don't think it's not worth it, because they'll just be like, oh, a new console will stomp you out. Because remember, there was supposed to be the Ouya, which was going to be like very indie based, and then the Ouya either was mismanaged and it didn't get a marketing budget, and two, it also relied too much on the companies wanting to work with you, and that's another problem. It's like, I can make the most ballin' console in the world, but that's more work for the development teams. Like, they have to write their game to your console, and for them, unless they know people are truly interested in your console, they're not going to do it because they need to make money. And two, that's a whole lot of time they could be wasting doing something else. And then future releases will take longer to come out because they got to write shit for your console.
Right.
So, you know, it's not getting into the console game right now would be the super dangerous and probably not worth it. It's like trying to make, you know, a convention in the summer. It's not worth it. It's too many really damn conventions, and you're going to get stomped out unless you're really original and people love you and they'll do shit for free for you for the first like 5 years. You're going to get stomped out if you don't have some kind of like leeway. I'm serious. So I wouldn't do it, and there's no point in a new console.
It's been about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
35.
so I'm just going to talk on like No Man's Sky really quickly because I was just like, the game's good. I think the game is really good, but people once again were kind of like falling for the hype and expecting way too much. They did this with Batman. I'm going
to comment on that in a second when you're done.
Okay, yeah. They did the same thing with Batman. They were like, Batman is going to be the best game in the universe. Like, nigga, I knew what it was when it came out. And yeah, there were a few. The only thing that I can complain about and still be totally reasonable is like frame rate drop. Stuff that's technical. Frame rate drops, legitimately missing content, and a few game-breaking bugs that have been happening throughout the game series. Those are the real only things you can complain about. Expectations are expectations. That's kind of your fault. Like, if you go into a game thinking the first thing you're going to see is fucking giant dinosaurs, that's literally your fault. They didn't say that every planet you get on is going to be beautiful, or every planet you reach with animals, they're going to be like animals that you can eventually see in real life, or aesthetically pleasing. Like, that's your expectation. That's what you got out of the marketing campaign, which is what they wanted anyway. So you kind of lost out based on what you thought in here. But like I said, I'm a guy who likes to provide solutions to problems. Now, the game is based on procedural generation, and so far the only thing I would suggest is adding more variety in this procedural generation, but also restricting it at the same time. So planets should have way more variety. I'm seeing a lot of like colors kind of mushed together. So what I would do with their procedural generated code, which sounds simple but it's still kind of hard to restrict a gigantic procedure, is I would like make several, you know, planets inside of a specific star system vastly different. Like, there's always going to be those planets that are basically monochrome and monochrome in color. So like you get sepia planets and fucking serif planets and stuff like that, where they're like basically one color. So I would have the game generate in each star system 1 or 2 planets that are extraordinarily vivid. Like, you'll have orange oceans and then like, you know, really green lands and like maybe a fucking white sky. You know what I mean? Just make sure that the code generates different colors for everything, so you have a planet that's just like legitimately so fucking wacky you don't know what you're looking at. And then extremely limit the animals, because it's kind of creepy to see a T-Rex's head on a giraffe's body, and it's kind of on its hind legs with like fucking, I don't know, worm hands. So I would make classes of animals, like, right, you know, your quadrupeds, your flyers, your your bipeds and stuff like that. So when you make a creature in there, it just seems more fluid in terms of the animal creation, because that's what we saw in the trailer, fluid animal creation. Like, we got triceratops with like tiger skins and like different sets of horns. Like, that makes sense. Like, let the game generate normal animals with 1 or 2 features that are off, because it helps the brain process. Like, this is an alien, but still I could imagine seeing this in real life one day. So I would tell them to restrict a lot of the things that they see in terms of animal creation, and make classes of animals so we get really cool animals when we go to planets. And 2, I would also make them overhaul a few planets in each star system. So when you're in a star system, you get one planet that's just backwards fucking crazy. So you don't get a bunch of like, you know, monochrome or one-sided planets. Because even the most beautiful planet that I've been on is very orange, and it's like, I kind of don't like it, but it's still pretty.
Right.
So that's my solution, is just restrict the animals, make classes, and then have each star system generate an absurd planet. Oh, and then, like I said, add more stuff to the game, like starships, battleships, dockable battleships with stuff like that, aliens that walk around, way more building, so we can have cities on planets and stuff like that. Because like I said, I would love to see planets, you know, the creatures walking around and doing shit instead of just meeting them in their shelters, and way different types of, you know, giant buildings, skyscrapers, cities. I would love that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It does make it not only look, but you'll get that fluid feeling. So yeah, like when you're playing it, you're just not like Okay, what the fuck is?
Yeah, the more
What am I
assets,
looking at?
the more assets they add, the cooler. I'm not saying the game will be cooler because that's just more randomization, and it could like really make sure you get pieces of shit. Like I've had a beacon literally in the sky because the game generated a mountain, and then when I came back, the mountain was generated differently. So there's just a beacon in the sky, which was a problem. So, even though they add assets, make sure you restrict them to certain things. Like if you're gonna make a city, then make sure that the game generates 125 acres of land for that city or something. You know what I mean? So it makes
Right.
fucking sense because each beacon gets 2 acres of land to itself.
Okay.
So it doesn't end up in the sky. Except for me, I guess I got unlucky because I generated the planet twice by literally orbiting it twice. So the mountain that was there was gone. So the game continually generates. I would turn that off the moment you reach a planet.
Right.
So,
yeah, I
like,
see what you mean.
If you reach a planet or no, if you reach a star system, stop generating. That's it. That star system is done generating whatever it's generating, and then when you leave the star system, then it can randomize itself again. I would like that. It would make the game a lot more smooth too, in my opinion.
Right. So we don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna generalize about what I saw. I was watching a video about not like No Man's Sky, just the gameplay. It was more of on the marketing side and
Okay.
how it was viewed by the public and everything. And it actually goes back to what I said. The thing was that all the answers that Sean Murray was giving were so vague. It was kind of like you give an answer. It's like the answer is in there, but it's not really an answer.
Yeah, I know why.
And so because of this, people generated their own ideas. I should say mainly the consumers.
Yeah, it's still their fault. Remember, because like the game is procedurally generated. Everyone's gonna get something different. So if I say something that's a definite answer, it's gonna be wrong for 40,000 of you.
No, I'm saying for before the game released. So I'm talking about the hype train. And why a lot of people are actually really just disappointed in No Man's Sky, which I get it. But I mean, at the same time, it's like you guys making it seem like it's just a complete garbage game when actually it's really,
It's
really
not.
It's not.
And part of, like I said, it still pertains to what I said. Everyone was generating their own shit. They were going in with expectations, and that's not his fault. I mean, yeah, he showed the most beautiful planets that he could find. That's just good marketing. If he showed the planets that I landed on, no one's gonna buy the game.
Right.
No one wants a radioactive planet. Oh, look
Right.
at this beautiful acid rain. What the fuck? And if, like I said, if he gave specific answers to a game that literally procedurally generates anything, it'd be wrong for a million of you. It wouldn't make any sense. Will all the planets be beautiful? Yes. I got a Krogan Scourge planet. I got a radioactive planet my first time. That would have been a lie for me. So, in my opinion, what he did makes sense. Now, I get it. You guys are angry about however the game turned out for you. But the only thing that in my personal opinion, that you can complain about will be issues having to pertain to how the game ran. Like the frame rate issues, that is what I care about. That's a problem that should have been fixed before the game came out. So technical shit, complain about. But your expectations, don't blame him, nigga. Everyone gets different planets. I'm pretty sure there's one guy out there who's gotten beautiful planets each time.
I don't. Well, the specific, I should say, everybody was, of course, looking forward to the multiplayer. And the answer that Sean Murray gave specifically, he literally said that is something the players shouldn't concern themselves about. That's literally what he said.
That makes sense. When he talked about the game earlier, he said the likelihood of you meeting someone
It's like zero.
is like 0%. So why would you ask for multiplayer when you can't even find anybody? And yeah, I get it. You hope that you can start a game with somebody. But let's be real. You'd lose that person within the hour. Because you're going to want to go over here and he's going to want to go over here. Like, I'm a language guy. Every time I enter a new star system, if it's a new alien race that's not the Gek, the robot people, or like the black ooze race that I met, I'm going to spend the entire time trying to learn their fucking language so I don't get bopped every time I go to a shelter.
Right.
So, but you might be that guy who just wants to, find a new ship or peel for resources, or you see those large container ships in space and you want to blow them up like a fucking idiot. That'll be you. And within the hour, you two have split apart, and there's not the game. There's no point in the game tracking where your partner is because the likelihood of you catching up is rare. And there's always gonna be that one guy who wants to play the game more than his friend, and is gonna be probably a solar system away by the time you catch up to the game. So to me, complaining about that is legitimately not. It doesn't make any sense. and like I said, you could be the most best people. Let me tell you about my best friend. When this nigga sleep, I'm gonna go find my own planet. Like
Exactly.
that's what's gonna happen. So there's nothing really you can do about it.
The thing is that streamers actually tried it.
To like,
When the game came out, 2 streamers literally were on the exact. They even I'm sorry. They took a photo of it.
yeah, you told me the guys who were like together on the same planet, but then, didn't see each other at all.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's still pretty cool because that means that the game runs on multiple timelines theory, which no one's really thought about how time works in the game.
Actually, that's the first time I've heard of it. Most people are just like, maybe there's just different servers and he just wasn't at that server.
I can totally believe that the game is running on like 80 different servers because if there's that many planets, they're not running on one set of servers. It wouldn't make any sense.
It would obliterate.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't last at all. So maybe they were on different servers. And trust me, they could have run around that planet for days, and I bet you I could have found 100 differences in that planet that would have proven that that's not the same planet. Like, even if they were named the same, the planet would generate differently anyway. Like I said, if you orbit a planet, if you try to get back to that same spot, it won't be there. It'll either be a mountain or a mineral deposit or a fucking tree. The game needs to stop generating when you orbit a planet. But no, when you land on a planet and you see that fucking griggly, grindy shit that leads up to the land, that's the game literally generating what you're about to see. So you can literally go down, go back into orbit, and then go down in the same spot, and it won't be the same land anymore.
Right. Which is why you said this, it should be solar system and not when you enter. Basically, it's when you enter orbit that it generates.
No, it's generating literally all the time. That's how the game works. It's just generating shit. Generating.
It's
until
one big
and
generation.
until like the only time I think it stops generating is when you log the animals and like the land points. But then you're going to leave the star system and it's going to start generating again.
Right.
I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure on that, but from what I've seen on the game, it's consistently generating shit. The only time it stops is when you enter a star system and the planets are where the planets are going to be, and that's it.
Oh my god, I need to play this. I've only been watching them play. I can't wait to see what my first planet's going to be. This is going to be hilarious. Oh my god, I really need to play that though.
Anything else?
No, it's been pretty much one whole hour actually.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, guys, on the DataFist podcast.
Thank you so much, guys.
If you have any questions or games or info you want to send to us, just put it in the comments below. Tell us about anything you want us to talk about. Tell us about your first planet. Was it a good planet? Was it a bad planet? Your favorite animal? Put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your experiences in No Man's Sky. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. I am Jeffrey the Magic Fox Clark. You are?
I am Hikaru, guys.
Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, or share it with your friends if you've enjoyed yourself, had information shared to you, or laughed a little bit. So have a good day, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.